Hi guys, it is Kate here for another book tag, and that is the Extraordinary Means tag. I was tagged about a month ago by Rebecca from the Booknester, and I loved watching her video of it. And then I also just was yesterday tagged by Catherine from Jayne on Books, and so I will link both of those videos down below along with the original tag. And it's very fun. It's basically just such a perfect book tag for book lovers, and just the things that you would do, the lengths that you would go to for books and for your love of books. So without further ado, and the first question is, I would give up the internet for 1 month for a signed first edition of this book. Now, you guys know, us booktubers, like, we use the internet, and I love checking Instagram. I love using Boxer for messaging with other booktubers, and Instagram for sharing bookish photos and like just being nosy about other booktubers' lives. And I love the internet, and then YouTube, obviously. So this is a book that I really, really, truly do love, and that is, I would love a first edition of Wives and Daughters. To have a signed first edition that Elizabeth Gaskell touched with her own genius hands would just be amazing. The next question is, I would give up pizza for a year if I could sit next to this author on a plane ride. And that, I had to think about it not very long before I thought of Louise Penny. She is the author of the Armand Gamache series that is set in Canada, and they are a really special hybrid mystery series in that they have a very cozy setting, but the writing astounds me. It's amazing, and the mysteries are very, they can be very gritty and chilling. So it's just this wonderful, perfect mixture. And the reason I say Louise Penny, though, particularly is, one, she has so many observations about humanity in her books. But two, if you follow her on Facebook, she is the most humble, kind, and like decent human being ever. She's just so kind, and she's so grateful for her following. She loves her fans. She loves her readers. And yeah, she just, and also just puts up really thought-provoking posts. So I just think she would just be so interesting to listen to in a conversation. The next question is, I would watch 1,000 hours of commercials if Hollywood made this into a movie. So Rebecca did talk about in her video, like, she did not want Hollywood touching her favorite books. But there's one that I think I'd be okay with certain things changing just if I could see it, and that is the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan. This is an epic fantasy series. I just finished the fourth, The Shadow Rising, and just to see all of the like crazy landscape and all of the creatures and the magic. The landscape is mainly what I would want to see, but it would definitely have to be a mini series that like, it would have to be a mini series because there's 14 books and they're all between 700 and 1,000 pages. But it would be amazing if it was made into a mini series. It would take years and years and years. The next one is, I would never read a book again if it meant I could live inside this book. I had two choices and they are equally tied. The first is the Elliott family trilogy. Oh my goodness. The place they live in, the little village, that's what they call it, the little village. There are several different houses, and so there's Dame Rocher, which is the main house where the book starts. This first book, the bird in the tree starts out, and it's just an amazingly beautiful house, and it's right by the seaside, and so that house is really beautiful. But then in the second book, you get to see a place called the Herb of Grace, and it's a really cozy inn, and has just amazing landscape and all these cool nooks and corners, and a really old chapel that had been, there's really old painting that have been like covered over with wallpaper, and so that's revealed. And then there's also a little cozy cottage that you see in the second book, or in the third book. So these are places that I really want to go. I would love to live in them. I want that life. And then the second is Anne of Green Gables. Now, not so much, more, you know, the houses in the Elliott family trilogy, although they do live on the seaside, but it's more the landscape and all of the nature in Anne of Green Gables. Also, all of the characters that live in this world. It's just such a fun, cozy, small town feel, and I love There's also the beach in this though, and the woods that Anne wanders around in, and oh, it's just so fun. And also the food just sounds extremely delicious in the world of Anne of Green Gables. The next question says, you would make your Google search public if you could be best friends with this author. I don't know if I would actually be willing to do that. There's just, yeah, I don't know. But I do know if I could pick any author to be best friends with, let's think about Kate's lifestyle and how Kate is a homebody and likes to be cozy at home, what author that would be like, and that is Miss Rosamund Pilcher. And she lives in a really beautiful old estate in Scotland with her husband. And just from all of her books, and then the little nonfiction book I have called Christmas with Rosamund Pilcher, just seeing her life is like, I want that life. And so she also, I think she likes to knit, and I have a feeling we'd like to watch the same type of television, like period dramas, and just, she likes homebody fun. I like homebody fun. We could bake and knit together, and it would just be fabulous. And the last question is, I would donate everything if I could date this book character in real life. So obviously I am married, so I picked a book character who I have said before is kind of like my husband, and that is Roger Hamley from Wives and Daughters. He is a scientist. He was actually, Elizabeth Gaskell took inspiration for his character from Charles Darwin. And he's just has such a zeal for learning and life, and that is a characteristic I really like about my husband, and he is a scientist. So yes, that's who I will say. I've said it before, I just adore the character of Roger Hamley. So that is the Extraordinary Means tag. I would like to tag Giselle Bradley, Katie from Life Between Words, Katie from Books and Things, Stephanie from That's What She Read, in case you haven't been tagged Stephanie, and Emma from The Bookish Princess. So I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I will see you for another video soon. Bye guys.